Well, everyone, the day has arrived. It is finally upon us. The screen is tilted. James Gunn finally revealed his 8 to 10 year plan. Let's just jump right into it. Let's go. So the DCU has had its problems, or the DCEU. Starting off, Man of Steel was great, you know, like all these crazy stuff, you know, it was just a mess. Then James Gunn comes in here, we don't know what's going on, everything's crazy, it's been blowing up for weeks, you know, I've been talking about it, everyone's been talking about it. And today, of course, he's finally revealed his 8 to 10 year plan, and that's what I'm here to talk with you guys, is what is this 8 to 10 year plan? What are we looking at? And this is going to be very interesting. Now, starting off, James Gunn did say that this is very different from like what Marvel is. He goes on saying that this is more like in depth than Marvel, kind of like his story. Now, this is only chapter 1 that he has revealed, and only a little bit of chapter 1, not like big surprises. This is only like kind of some of the key elements. He kind of posted a 6-minute video, and he just kind of went over it briefly. I'm here to go in depth of what like is happening. He goes on to say about the Flash movie, and that the Flash movie is an amazing superhero movie. He talks about Shazam 2 and how Shazam 2 ties into the Flash movie, and how the Flash movie kind of reboots everything in a way. And then we got Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2. Now, with Blue Beetle, though, he said that's a main character in his DCU thing, like it's a valuable character in the DCU.
The entire DC universe. And then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2.
So my guess is that these 4 characters and Wonder Woman, Blue Beetle, Aquaman, and Shazam, and the Flash are probably gonna be saved. And I mean, Ezra Miller, of course, is kind of a red flag. I don't really know. They said that they don't really know what they're gonna do about that. They're gonna focus on that later down the line. But I am looking forward to the Flash movie. If it's really good, I'll like it. I mean, I'm gonna try to look past the fact that it's Ezra Miller, but you know. So anyways, that's what this is. So the Flash movie is going to be the reboot. And then Blue Beetle is kind of going to be somewhere at the beginning. Then we're going to get this creature show. I'm not really quite sure. But he said that some of the shows are going to be animated. And he said that this DCU universe is going to be gaming, movies, and TV shows. And so, with that being said, he said the animated TV shows are going to be a bit different. They're going to be kind of like What If with Marvel. So it's going to be live action actors, like say like Henry Cavill was playing Superman, he's gonna play Superman in the animated show too. So you got the character who's playing Superman but animated. So they're doing animated shows, live action shows, and James Gunn is very good at doing this with animated shows and live action shows. I trust him fully with shows and movies and such. Going back to the Amanda Waller show, that is going to be taking place after season 1 of Peacemaker and before season 2 of Peacemaker. So it is confirmed that Peacemaker is also saved, and I'm glad, you know. So it seems that this is going to be a reboot, but also a little bit different. He also goes on to say that the Batman, Teen Titans Go, and Joker universe are all kind of other world universes. So who knows, one day maybe we'll get to see them all together combined in a multiverse event, but we don't know. As of right now, they are different. And we got updates on the Batman 2 that is coming out in 2025 in October, and obviously Joker 2, we got that update long time ago. So then he goes into explaining his first movie, which is going to be the real kind of beginning of the DCU, which is the Superman movie, which everyone's kind of talking about because it's not going to be Henry Cavill. And I mean, I really like Henry Cavill. I think he's going to be and always be the best Superman ever, in my opinion. I don't think there is going to be a better Superman, but I'm not gonna let that pass me by with this. Kind of like Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland. Like, I feel like Andrew Garfield will always be better, but I like Tom Holland too. So we'll see. But this is going to be like him with like his parents on the farm, yada yada, living his human life and such. And that is also going to be revealed in 2025 in the theaters in July 11th. And that's actually pretty crazy because that means 2025 we're getting Fantastic Four, Avengers King Dynasty, Superman Legacy, and the Batman 2. 4 stacked movies in 1 year. I'm ready for it. I'll be a freshman in college by then, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Now, the next thing he goes into speaking about is a show that I can't wait for is the Green Lantern show, which is Lanterns, I believe it's called, and it's kind of like a True Detectives case, and they're finding like something that's happening on Earth or something. I'm not quite sure what it's about, but it's Green Lantern, and we haven't got anything about Green Lantern since the Snyder Cut, which was literally so brief. It was literally just this moment. That's it. And then Ryan Reynolds, and we all know how that went. So the fact that we're finally getting something that's Green Lantern is incredible. I can't express the excitement I have for Green Lantern. Green Lantern is always one of my favorite superheroes, and I feel like just as a character, you can create whatever you want with a ring. That's amazing. You can do so much. And I feel like it's going to be exciting. I kind of feel like it's going to be a bit spooky because they're figuring out something that's the big thing with the DCU. That's going to be awesome. The next movie that's coming out that he said is going to be The Authority, which I never heard of. But from what he goes on, it's basically a group of superheroes that are kind of trying to fix the world by any means necessary. So it reminds me of a mix of The Eternals and The Boys, because he said it's kind of like something different, and different could be good and bad. The Boys was really good, but The Eternals I think was pretty bad. It wasn't that great. So I'm excited for The Authority a little bit, not as much as Superman and the others, but this next thing is pretty good. Now the next movie is going to be a Batman movie. We have not got a Batman movie in the DCU, DCEU or DCU ever. The only Batman movies we got were literally, well, I guess we got Batman vs. Superman, but that's not really even like a Batman sing-alone movie. This is going to be a Batman singular movie, and that means we got the Batman 2 and the Batman coming out soon. That's crazy. Now, the Batman movie has not, the Batman family movie has not really been described when it's going to be releasing, so it's probably not going to be for a while. This is an 8 to 10 year plan, guys. So I'm not quite sure on how that's going to work, but I'm pretty excited for that too. I think that's going to be very fun. I don't think this is going, I feel like this might be coming out in like maybe 3 years, maybe 4 from now. But that's going to be really cool. We're also getting Robin in this movie, which is going to be really cool. And, you know, I'm excited for this movie. I think it's going to be really fun. Now, he did say some of his movies are going to be PG-13 and rated R. Superman will be PG-13. This movie, I would like it if it was rated R. I feel like we need a rated R Batman. And I was kind of hoping that the first Batman movie was rated R, which I kind of feel like it was in a way. It was very graphic. But if this movie was rated R, it's a Batman movie, rated R. I'm all in for it. We have not gotten a Batman movie that's live action with Robin, except for Batman and Robin, and we know how that went out. Yeah. So, I'm actually pretty excited for it. I think it's gonna be fun. What do you guys think? And then he goes on to talk about 2 more movies. First one being Supergirl, which is going to be very different from the Superman movie, where Superman went to Earth, got to be raised by a family. Supergirl was left on Krypton, like a chunk of it, and watched everyone die, everyone suffer. So it's going to be a very different movie. And then he said about Swamp Thing, which Swamp Thing is one of my favorite superhero characters. I don't know why, I just really love Swamp Thing. I think it's from the Injustice video games. I really love how crazy powerful he is. And he's kind of not really like a villain, not a good guy, not a bad guy. He's kind of just there, and I like that. But he said this movie's gonna be more of like a horror movie. And so I'm thinking more like Werewolf by Night, but way darker, probably rated R, and I can't wait. Honestly, Swamp Thing's one of my most anticipated movies for this. If I had to rank them, it would be the Batman 2, Superman Legacy, Swamp Thing, Batman Family. I'm very excited for Swamp Thing, and I think it's going to be very, very, very good. So what does the timeline really look like? It kind of looks like it's going to be starting with Shazam 2. So the DC timeline. I guess what I would do personally if I was to watch these in the future, I would still start off with Man of Steel, goes Suicide Squad, Batman vs Superman, all the way up to The Flash. Because that is the DCEU and that is very important. And then The Flash is gonna kind of remix it. And then that's when you got the DCU, which is the new line, which is like a kind of a parallel, which is going to be Blue Beetle, Aquaman 2, so on. So you're gonna kind of need that beginning too in order to do this. So you can't not have this without the beginning stones in work. Now, I know there's going to be some people that are just going to go right to the Superman Legacy movie and just kind of go from there, which I mean, I get, but you're also going to need Peacemaker, you're going to need the Suicide Squad, you're going to need a few other stuff with it. So there's all those shows, all those movies, and there's way more than just those. And I can't wait. I am very excited. I know James Gunn is not going to let us down. But yeah, so far that is his 8 to 10 year plan. As of right now, it could change. There's going to be way more. Obviously, none of this stuff is going to come out till 2025. But you know what? Who cares? Let them cook. You know, you gotta let the ball rolling. You gotta let them prepare for it. I much rather DC prepare for its movies, take the long time to make them, film them correctly, get the right cast, and have a brilliant movie like The Batman, instead of having like The Eternals or Thor: Love and Thunder or Doctor Strange 2. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but those movies did feel a little bit rushed. I feel like you could have gone into deep depth with gore. And then you got The Batman, which was amazing and brilliant and one of my favorite movies of all time. So if James Gunn does that and kind of, you know, takes his time with it, I am all for this. I'm all for it. So as of right now, I'm very excited. What do you guys think on this? Who do you think should play the Batman and should play Superman? Let me know. With that being said, though, it's been fun. Disney Nerd out. Please like the subscribe. Please. It's Disney Nerd out. Peace.